introduction. And I would also wish to take this opportune time to extend my earnest and sincerest gratitude to the Honorable Vice Mayor Kit Bello and the members of the Honorable Council for complementing with all the programs and projects. Because of the joint executive and legislative agenda, we came up with a synergism. But before the furtherance of my State of the City address, may I acknowledge with all sincerity the presence of our Regional Director of the ILG, Dr. Corazon Toribio. Palakpan po natin. Members of the Honorable Council again, headed by the Honorable Vice Mayor Kit Bello, former Mayor Honorable Moods Diaz, Honorable Perly Gawiran, Honorable Dr. Bringas, Honorable J. Ibson Diaz, Honorable Montreal, Honorable Vedasto Villanueva, Honorable Margaret Wichin, Honorable SK Federation President Nicole, the Honorable Rolly Tugade, the Honorable Olalia, the Honorable Ramos, the Honorable Mata, the Honorable ABC President Gaylor Malunay, and the Honorable Sami Maddara. Our State Prosecutor, the Honorable Benito Sales Jr., palakpakan po natin. Other illustrious dignitaries, my LGU family, Execom, Draconici, business sectors, representatives, bankers, andito rin po yung mga iba't ibang managers ng iba't ibang bangko po natin dito sa siyudad ng Ilagan. Other illustrious dignitaries, friends, ladies and gentlemen, magandang sumusulong po na umaga sa ating lahat. In Cosiliis Nostris Fatum Nostrum Est, in our choices lie our fate. Our life as an Ilagueño is a journey. It allows us to explore the opportunities, make us grow and develop, and to look at our city from various perspectives. As we gleam in a stimulus image, we also suffer from a demeaning experience. In this journey of ours, we are bound to either succumb to life's challenges or transcend and emerge victorious. But as we continue trekking our journey with so much hindrances and difficulties, we are exposed to a number of choices we have to make in order to determine a future that is livable for every Ilagueño. Well, COVID-19 pandemic has a dramatic impact in our community, in our lives, our health, livelihood, and our economy. It threatens our life, our health, and of course, the future of not only this city, but the entire humanity. It changes the course of everyone's journey in life and alter our fate and destiny. Our battle with the pandemic cost the lives of a few of our fellow Ilagueños, put to risk and danger 100 of us, and threatens 1,000 more. And I wasn't spared. I was a victim. My personal struggle with COVID-19 is a life-threatening experience. A thin line separated me from life and death. And thank God, I was given a chance to walk back to life and fulfill the mission given to me to lead Ilagan into its journey towards becoming a livable city. A strong beginning, a tough ending. Dito po nag-umpisang lahat ngayong taon. We have started the year with a strong conviction that we will be heading into a state of development where we laid the foundation of Livable City Master Plan. We gained the momentum to commence our development master plan, beginning with the development of the Ilagan, Promenade, Avenue, envisioned to be the show window of Ilagan's livable city concept. The Ilagan Promenade is a multi-phase development project starting with the conversion of the old avenue, yung old Capitol Street po natin, into a long stretch promenading avenue. The transformation of the Mammangi Park, the Century Park, and the corner of Petron Station into a scenic park accented by stunning lights that shall illuminate the park at night to showcase Ilagan's beauty and grandeur. Sinikap din po natin na gawin at itatag ang ating City Civic Center sa Alibago, na kung saan ay gagawin nating government center ang ating lupain para gamitin ng mga regional at provincial offices ng mga ahensya ng pamahalaan, kabilang na ang regional office ng SSS, provincial office ng DOLE, division office ng DepEd, at idadagdag ito sa mga dating nariyan na prosecutor's office na dati na po, yung postal office, andyan na rin po dati yung Petron Gasoline Station, Central Terminal, at ang ating City Hotel. Magaan dating sinimulan at mabilis nating ipinatupad ang mga proyektong ito na susundan sana ng mas malalaki pang mga proyekto upang ipagpatuloy natin ang ating nasimulan bilang unang bugso ng ating paglalakbay patungo sa pagiging livable city. Nabigyan rin tayo ng pagkakataon para idaos ang makasaysayang National Festival of Talents, kung saan naipakita natin ang kagandahan ng ating syudad at nagibahagi ang ating kultura at kakayanan sa buong Pilipinas. Ang matagumpay nating pagdaraos sa aktibidad na ito ay nag-iwan ng magandang alaala na nagmarka sa mga participants mula sa iba't ibang lugar ng Pilipinas at nagbigay sa atin ng pagkilala at pagpuri sa ating syudad. We have also successfully hosted the Luzon-wide Inter-Regional Sports Fest of the Commission on Audit this year, making us stake our claim as a sports tourism center of Northern Luzon. These events are part of our tourism and marketing strategy to attract more investments and boost our economy. Through these activities, we were able to showcase what the city of Ilagan has to offer. Life-changing challenges. It would have been a smooth sailing journey and a productive expedition. But the health crisis that claimed millions of lives worldwide impeded our journey, prevented everybody from moving, and stalled our development voyage. COVID-19 totally changed our living conditions, puts everybody on the sidelines as it inflicts terror over all nations. Tumigil ang pag-inog ng ating mundo, naantala ang mga sinimulang proyekto, at napigilan ang sanay maayos na daloy ng ating pagsulong. We have been dealing with this pandemic for the most part of the year, beginning from March till today po. We stood our ground and gave our best effort to build our defenses and protect our city, na katulad ng sinabi ng ating mahal na Vice Mayor kanina. We remained COVID-free for the first 5 months, yet our defense collapsed from the ominous attack of the virus and started its assault on unsuspecting individuals, striking the vulnerable population and leaving the weak up front in a battle for their lives. This global health crisis created a hiatus in our governance. It produced an interregnum in our development journey, leaving us with unfulfilled hopes and aspirations. As this pandemic became more potent and lethal, we were stranded into our homes and left with no recourse but to adhere to the protocols. Even before you utter a word, we already heard your pleas and cry for help. The city government did not rest. We worked under duress, under threat. We did face the risk and danger head on to keep you safe, our beloved Ilagueños. We mustered all our resources and immediately delivered goods into your doorsteps to make us all survive this crisis. With the guidance from the national government, we reprogrammed our budget to address the prevailing crisis situation, allotting a total of 329.5 million for our COVID-19 response and mitigation measures. To this date, the city government of Ilagan have disbursed a total of 278 million for welfare goods distributed to 60,000 households during the first wave of COVID-19 relief operations. And then more or less 60,000 households on the second wave. Again, more than 60,000 households on the third wave. And more or less 50,000 households during the local lockdown implemented in October. Idagdag natin dito ang mahigit na 28,000 food packs na ipinamahagi natin noong mga panahon. Nagpatupad tayo ng localized lockdown sa mga barangays at puroks kung saan mataas ang mga bilang ng kaso ng COVID-19. Ang pandemya ay dahilan din upang mawalan ng hanapbuhay ang ating mga marginalized sectors. Kung saya't nagpamahagi tayo ng mahigit na 5,000 sako ng bigas at tulong pinansyal sa mga tricycle operators at drivers, jeepney operators at drivers, at mga tinderang natigil sa hanap buhay. Sa puntong ito, ay nais kong ipaabot ang aking pasasalamat sa mga punong barangay at sa kanilang mga konseho at barangay tanods sa pakikiisa sa pagdamay sa ating mga kababayan nitong panahon ng pandemya. Sila rin ay namahagi ng relief good packages sa kanilang mga barangay upang madagdagan ang tulong na tinanggap ng ating mga kabaranggayan. Isa itong pagpapakita ng nagkakaisang diwa ng lahat ng opisyal ng lungsod upang magtulong-tulong na iangat ang kalagayan ng ating mga nasasakupan. It is during this period that we saw how strong we are as we unite on a purpose to help each other survive the catastrophic event. We also spent 39.5 million for the purchase of medicines, medical supplies, and COVID testing kits, subjecting to rapid diagnostic tests and even antigen tests, all returning locally stranded individuals, returning overseas Filipinos, and other travelers coming into Ilagan to ensure that all carriers of the virus will be isolated and treated. 12 million was also spent for the operation and maintenance of our 11 quarantine and isolation facilities, covering rent for private hotels and facilities, repair and maintenance of buildings and other structures, and daily food provisions to more than 10 to 12,000 LSIs and returning overseas Filipinos, more than 8,000 first contacts and asymptomatic patients tested or accommodated in our quarantine and isolation facilities from March to November. Ito na po yung contact tracing natin na kung saan tinatrace po natin yung mga first contact and second contacts. And still ongoing to this day, we likewise procured 2 units of buses for our Balik Ciudad program intended for LSIs and OFWs. From the start of this pandemic, I have foreseen, kasama ko ang members ng Honorable Council and the Honorable Vice Mayor, the need to establish a molecular laboratory to allow us to conduct mass testing and expedite the release of results of the specimens for testing. In just a span of 2 months, we were able to construct and operate our own DOH-accredited molecular laboratory. Sa pamamagitan nito, madali nating matutukoy kung sino ang mga tinamaan ng sakit para mabigyan sila ng karampatang lunas at agarang ma-isolate upang maiwasan na ang pagkahawa-hawa sa ating mga komunidad. Ang laboratoryong ito ay isa ring tulong sa ating pamahalaan na mabawasan ang backlog sa testing at upang mapadaling maagapan ang anumang pagdami ng bilang ng mga nahahawa hindi lamang sa ating rehiyon kundi maging sa buong bansa. Our City Health Office 1 and 2 and the San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital worked tirelessly to control and prevent further spread of the virus. Hanggang sa puntong sila na rin ay iginugupo ng pagod at tinatamaan ng sakit na ito. Dumating din tayo sa puntong isinasailalim natin ang syudad sa enhanced community quarantine. Dahil sa pagdami ng bilang ng kaso natin. But despite the unprecedented outbreak of COVID-19 in our city, we have risen above the situation. We did the best thing. We did the right move. From the peak of 40 to 47 cases noong kalakasan po a day, we brought it down to its least number until we reach bottom end, that is 0 COVID case in a day. This is precisely the Ilaganyo way of winning our battle, to stand strong and united in this strongest challenge we ever faced in our lifetime. Nananatili ang ating mga PNP personnel, maging ang public order and safety team sa kanilang mga istasyon 24 hours a day. Hindi alintana ang matinding init o malakas na ulan upang magmatsyag at magbantay sa ating mga checkpoints. Sila madalas yung kinukutya, minumura, hinaharas at pinapagalitan. Ngunit ang hindi natin alam, sila ang ating first line of defense laban sa COVID. Sila ang nagbabantay para sa ating kaligtasan. Kunin ko po ang pagkakataon na ito. Taas noo po akong nagpupugay sa ating mga frontline health warriors sa kanilang walang humpay na sakripisyo mula umpisa ng laban hanggang ngayon. Sila yung nakapusta na ang buhay alang-alang sa pagmamalasakit sa ating kapakanan. Buhay nila ang nakataya, masiguro lamang naligtas tayong lahat. It is on this rare occasion that I will stand in salute with these heroes of today's battle. Exhausted but never relented, drained but never conceded, even with some of them succumbed to the virus, but as warriors, they rise up after every fall. To all of you, my highest commendation for a job well done. Higit sa lahat sa inyong aming mga minamahal na Ilagenyo, salamat sa inyong pakikiisa at pangunawa. Mahalagang bagay yung nagkakaintindihan tayo, yung nagkakaunawaan tayo, ngunit nananatili ang banta ng kaaway, higit na kailangan ang pagtalima sa ating mga panawagan. Ingatan ang ating mga sarili. Sa pagkakataong ito, gusto kong bigyan ng emphasis po na walang pwedeng mag-alaga sa ating sarili kundi po tayo. This is a collaborative and joint effort. Andyan ang ating city government, pero unang-una po, tayo ang mas nakakaalam na mag-alaga sa ating sarili. Ingatan ang ating mga sarili, sumunod lamang sa mga protocols, pangalagaan ng sarili, ang inyong pamilya at ang inyong kabaranggayan. Maging responsable sa pagsunod upang mabilis tayong makabalik sa normal na takbo ng ating buhay sa tulong ng ating poong may kapal. Hindi rito nagtatapos ang pagsubok sa atin bilang isang syudad. Our resilience and perseverance were once again tested as days of heavy rainfall due to Typhoon Ulysses submerged 51 barangays and isolated 17 more. We were caught by surprise by the magnitude of the flood. Doble ang kinaharap nating panganib sa kalamidad na ito na nagdulot sa atin ng napakalaking pinsala. Pero hindi po tayo pumayag na daigin ng anumang mga pagsubok. Hinarap natin ito bagamat inilagay ang marami sa peligro. Dito natin muling ipinakita ang ating pagiging matatag sapagkat mabilis tayong bumangon para itayo muli ang ating mga kabuhayan. Bumuhos sa atin ang mga tulong at higit sa lahat, inabot natin ang 91 barangays. Sinikap nating abutin saan man kayo naroroon. Nailagay man sa bingit ng kamatayan, hindi natin ito alintana. Mapadama lang namin sa inyo na narito ang inyong lokal na gobyerno upang damayan kayo sa ganitong mga pagkakataon. In a span of 7 days, we were able to reach out all our 91 barangays and handed the much-needed relief assistance. For the farmers affected, we immediately distributed corn and dry seeds and fertilizers to mitigate the damages sustained due to the calamity. In just more than a week after this catastrophic flood, we are back on our feet, ready and determined to stand stronger than ever as life must go on whatever happens. Adaptive and innovative governance. As our movement were limited, accessibility to goods and services became difficult as clouds of fear were hanging over our head. Hence, we innovated measures to make all of this available to you. We automated our services to keep you safe by strengthening our digital governance that allows online government transactions with e-payment system, health monitoring, shopping, and dissemination of public information for a smooth flow of communication and a precise delivery of information to make people aware and informed of any development in the city. Under our digital governance, we established the following. Number one, the Electronic Business Permit and Licenses System, or EBPLS. This system automated the application and renewal of business permits and licenses. Now, you can apply and renew your permit online without going to the BPLO office. Not only that, you can now also pay online. So at the comfort of your home, you can do all of this online without hassle, anytime, anywhere. Number two, the Electronic Real Property Tax Assessment System, or ERP-TAS. This system automated the procedures in assessment of your properties. You can request for an assessment of your property online, and you can pay also your assessment online, anytime, anywhere. Number three, Integrated Business Permits and Licensing System, o IBPLS. Ito ay lalo pang pinabilis ng sistema sa pagproproseso ng inyong mga zoning at building permits sapagkat ginawa na po nating automated. Ibig sabihin, pagkabigay po na ninyo ng inyong mga dokumento o requirements sa opisina, hindi na ikaw ang maglalakad nito. There will never be a human intervention. Idadaan na yan sa sistema. Antayin mo na lang ang order of payment para bayaran po ito. Number four is the Electronic City Civil Registration. Ang mga gustong kumuha ng kopya ng mga birth certificate, marriage certificate, o death certificate ay maaari nang gawin online at pwede na ring bayaran online at pwede na ring ipahatid sa bahay ninyo ang kopyang ni-request po ninyo. Number five, ang Tienda Ilagan Digital Market. Isang sistema na ang pamimili katulad sa palengke ay pwede na ring online sa inyong mga suki. Mamamalengke tayo sa mga suki natin sa palengke, sa mga malls, sa mga restaurants, gamit na lang ang inyong mga cellphones of anumang gadgets po. Number six, Infocast of Information Blast. This gives you warnings, updates, and other informations, especially during disaster and calamities. Number seven, City of Ilagan Hotline, a central hotline number for the city government of Ilagan. Number eight, our Health Guard contact tracing system, which aided us in preventing and containing the spread of COVID-19. Number nine, our online entry and exit pass that manages the movement of people coming in and going out of the city. Sa pakikipag-ugnayan natin sa Department of Information and Communications Technology, ay nagawa nating mabigyan tayo ng free wifi upang makatulong sa ating mga mag-aaral sa kanilang online classes, lalong-lalo sa panahon na ito, yung tinatawag natin na blended learning. Ito ay naitayo sa Barangay Sipay, Alibago, Baligatan, Osmeña, Bliss Village, San Felipe, Malalam, Namnama, Arusip, Pilar, Kalamagi 2nd, Santo Tomas, San Vicente, Bonifacio Park, Provincial Capital, and IDGH. Nakuha din natin ang commitment ng Smart Philippines upang magtayo ng mga additional free wifi sa iba pang mga barangays. Nakipag-ugnayan din tayo sa mga telecommunications company tulad ng Globe, Smart, PLDT at Dito Communications yung Huawei po, upang dagdagan ang mga communication towers nila upang lumakas at mapabilis ang signal ng ating mga internets at makaengganyo po tayo ng mga interesadong BPOs na maglagay ng kanilang cell centers dito sa ating syudad o kaya yung mga investors po natin. Post-lockdown initiatives. Noong kontrolado na ng pamahalaan ang sitwasyon, binuksan ang ekonomiya at nabuhay ang kapaligiran sa takbo ng tao at serbisyo. Hindi tayo nagsayang ng panahon, agarang kumilos po upang tapusin ang ating naumpisahan at sinimulan ang mga bagong proyekto na ating pinagplanuhan. We were able to complete on time and within budget the infrastructure projects, which includes the concreting of barangay roads and farm-to-market roads of Barangay First, the stretch of Marana First and Kalamagi First, Sipay, Alangigan Third, Alangigan First Road, Cabecera 25, Alangigan First Road with RC pipes, Kadu, Balakong, and Namnama with a total project cost of 11 million pesos. We have completed the concreting of roads of Barangay Santa Isabel Sur, Santa Isabel Norte, and the stretch of San Ignacio, Bagong Silang, Malasin, and Bangkuram Road with a total project cost of 51 million. Natapos din po sa taong ito ang construction ng drainage canal sa Barangay Kalamagi 2nd, Alibago, at Kamunatan. We also initiated the construction of Barangay Road of Fuyo with box culvert, Osmeña, and Kalamagi 2nd. Isinagawa rin ng ating City Engineering Department ang farm-to-market roads, rehabilitation and maintenance sa 33 barangays ng ating syudad, kabilang ang mga Bacolod, Marana 2nd, Marana 1st to Bacolod, Alangigan 1st, Bagumbayan, Balakong, Bigaw, Capelian, Nagilian Norte, Namnama, San Rodrigo, at Sindon, Bayabo. Our street lights were rehabilitated and installed in the stretch of Kalamagi 1st to Santa Barbara, Bliss Village to Alangigan 2nd, Alibago to Centro Poblacion, and from the DBP Osmeña to Malalam. Natapos rin natin ang retaining wall with road concreting sa Barangay San Felipe at sheet pile sa ating relocation site. Kasalukuyan namang ginagawang line canal sa ating housing project sa Barangay Alibago. We also provided a level 2 water system in Barangay Sindon, Bayabo, San Felipe, Salindingan, Cabecera 624, Cabecera 1721, Paliweg, and at San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital. We have completed the phase 2 of the construction of the multipurpose hall of Barangay Bliss Village and Balakong. We have also undertaken the extension of covered court of Barangay Bagumbayan, installation of covered court roofing in Barangay San Juan, construction of bleachers and pavement of the covered court of Barangay Gayong-Gayong Sur, and concrete pavement of covered court of Barangay Capo, Sifu, and Pilar. We also completed the construction of the covered court of Barangay Cabecera 22, at kasalukuyan namang ginagawa pa ang covered court ng Barangay Alangigan 3. Kasalukuyan din ginagawa ang daycare center at health center sa Barangay Gayong-Gayong Sur. Kasalukuyan din pong itinatayo ang perimeter fence sa Purok 5, 6, at 7 ng Barangay Cabecera 27. At sinimulan na rin po natin ang construction ng Barangay Health Center sa Cabecera 3. To provide our school children with a conducive learning environment, the city government completed the construction of 2 classroom buildings in Kabandungan 2nd, Bagong Silang, Cabecera 911, Centro San Antonio, Cabecera 19, 1 classroom building at Barangay Nanagwan, and 1 classroom building at Sitio Bating in Alibago. Malapit na rin pong matapos ang 2 classroom building para sa Abuan National High School sa Cabecera 27. In addition to this, we have also completed the construction of a school gymnasium at Mangkuram Elementary School, Cabecera GIS or Lupigi Integrated School, Santa Isabel National High School, at Bliss Village Elementary School. We have also completed and inaugurated the Bureau of Fire o yung BFP Ilagan Station Building worth 8.2 million pesos, which will make our firefighters respond immediately and effectively on all calls for emergencies. Itinayo rin po natin ang bagong City Library and Museum Building na ginawa din nating e-library at Tech for Ed Center. The AMIA Building project is likewise completed and operational. Tinapos na rin po natin ang San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital Extension bilang maiangat ito bilang isang level 1 hospital. At sinimulan na rin po natin ang pagpapatayo ng ating City Commercial Building sa harap ng Isabela State University Campus na nagkakahalaga ng 50 million na maging kabilang sa programang Ilagan Promenade Avenue. Ang lahat ng ito ay nagawa natin sa loob lamang ng 6 na buwan mula Mayo hanggang sa kasalukuyan. At sa kabila ng pandemya ng ating kinahaharap, bagamat limitado ang ating pagkilos dahil sa pandemya, na isakatuparan pa rin natin ang malaking bahagi ng ating programang para sa taong 2020. Sa mga susunod na mga araw ay sisimulan na rin ang pagpapatayo ng ating 250 million Ilagan City Multipurpose Commercial and Convention Center. Tapos na po ang bidding, andyan na rin po ang pondo at uumpisahan natin next week. Na pinangarap natin gawin na sentro ng programang pangkultura, entertainment, sports activities, international and national at regional conventions at iba pang mga malalaking aktibidad. Ngunit ang kagandahan ng proyektong ito ay pwede rin natin ma-transform, kaya nga natin tinawag na multipurpose ito upang maging isang mega quarantine o evacuation center tuwing panahon ng kalamidad at pagpapatuloy kung sakali man ng COVID-19 pandemic. We will also endeavor to construct our modern abattoir. The biggest challenge we face this year is to achieve a balance between health considerations and economic activity. Napakaikliman ng panahon upang gawin ang mga hakbang para maibalik ang sigla ng ating ekonomiya. Nanunumbalik ang lahat sa kinagawiang hanap buhay. Pinilit nating ibangon papaitaas ang syudad ng Ilagan at hinagad nating muling abutin ang pangarap natin para sa ating mahal na syudad ng Ilagan. The trust and confidence of the business sector in our economy is still upbeat, as we are optimistic that we can bring back to vigorous commercial activity in our city before the lockdown. Noon po, but despite the fact that the condition is still ominous, more investors are coming to the city of Ilagan. A bigger Pure Gold supermarket has opened in Alibago, and likewise, the Talavera Hypermart in Kalamagi 2nd is about to open. TAPS School is now operating and will soon transfer to its bigger home, also in Kalamagi 2nd. The construction of Jerry's Grill, Ilagan, will begin this coming month. And the Black Scoop Cafe in Centro Mall, the Mitsubishi Marketing and Showcase in Baligatan will also open soon. Marami pa po, other and small medium business players also intend to open their business operations, adding to the growing number of establishments intending to participate in our healthy economic activity. Bagamat nasa pandemya tayo, tumaas pa rin ang bilang ng mga nagbubukas ng negosyo at mga nagpaparenew ng kanilang mga business permits. Umangat po ng 23% ang bilang ng mga new businesses at 5% para sa mga business renewal. Suma total, nadagdagan ng 800 million ang pumasok na investment capital nitong taong 2020. Senyales ito na hindi natitinag ang ating ekonomiya bagamat sunod-sunod na pagsubok ang ating sinasagupa. The biggest gain we got this year was the infusion of 500 million investment by Charon Pokpan Foods Corporation, the #1 agro-industrial company and food conglomerate in Thailand, Sila po ang number 1 na kitchen of the world. Sa panahon na to, sila na po ang nangunguna sa swine industry sa buong mundo dahil nabili na po nila yung swine business na malaki sa United States of America. Andyan ang CP Foods Corporation recently launched the modern swine building complex in Santa Victoria, making them the second largest swine breeding company in the Philippines. This investment provided impetus for our economic advancement and an opportunity for us to become at par with the best of the world in terms of breeding technology. Through these investments, gusto ko pa rin palang ipaalam rin sa inyo na isang kumpanya rin po, but it is very premature for me to divulge this company, na mag-i-infuse din po sa ating local company ng isang 250 million na naman na capitalization sa ating syudad. Through these investments, we were able to secure our good and strong economic standing and propel the city's development further. Malaking bahagi ng ating ekonomiya ang agrikultura. To reinvigorate the agricultural sector and contribute to the attainment of food security, we relentlessly seek means to support our local farmers through the provision of farm inputs and farm modernization programs. This year, we have distributed 13,938 bags of hybrid rice and inbred seeds to 7,712 farmer beneficiaries. Nagpapasalamat rin po tayo sa Department of Agriculture and 8,161 bags of fertilizers and financial subsidy to 3,257 farmers. We also distributed 6,875 bags of hybrid corn seeds to 6,133 corn farmers. The City Agriculture Office also assisted 4,500 farmers in availing crop insurance to 5,000 hectares of farmlands and continuously conduct hands-on knowledge and technology transfer relating to modern agricultural practices to improve farm production and profitability. Under our fishery program, we facilitated the registration of 3,847 fisher folks and 594 fishing boats to the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources to become beneficiaries to assistance and support projects from the said agency. We also distributed 523,000 tilapia fingerlings and 30,000 eel fingerlings to our fish pond operators and turned over 5 non-motorized bangkas to Agta Fisher Folks o yung mga IPs po natin of Cabecera Gis. Under the Livestock Development Program, we distributed 120 heads of goats, 200 heads of ducks, and 700 heads of free-range chicken in the 4 clusters of barangays through the Asosasyon ng mga Ama as additional source of income to our local farmers. From the share of the city in the excise tax allocation, we provided livelihood assistance to our tobacco farmers with a distribution of 1,400 piglets, breeders, and 2,800 bags of feeds and granted financial assistance to more or less 1,000 tobacco farmers. Binigyan po natin sila ng tig 20,000 bawat isa. In order to continuously provide support to these farmers in lessening their costs and increase their production, we procured several 4-wheel tractors, including combine harvesters and corn grit mill, as part of the agricultural modernization program where we endeavor to maintain a fleet. Inipon-ipon na po natin yung mga dating mga tractors natin na pinamigay natin sa barangay na hindi nila na-maintain. Para nang sa ganon, meron tayong fleet po ng mga tractors na pwedeng magsilbi sa iba't ibang clusters ng ating barangay, ready to extend the much-needed assistance to our farmers. We awarded the last 3 dump trucks to Arusip, Karikikan, Sur, and Kapelian. Adatan apo, J. Bakpatkek, and Dungdungwek, ang barangay captain, sapno na kompleto tayo, iti 91 nga dump trucks nga naiyawat kada kayo in the city of Ilagan. The continued growth in our economy, supplemented by various job generations, programs of the city government, created employment opportunities for job seekers and displaced workers due to the pandemic. Natulungan nating makahanap at mabigyan ng trabaho at kabuhayan ang 9,370 individuals sa ating syudad. The Ilagueños are hardworking people, and it is only fitting that we provide an enabling environment where they can be given equal opportunity and access to resources to alleviate their living conditions. We strongly advocate education to level the disadvantage of the marginalized sector, especially those who are wallowing in the quagmire of poverty. It is for this reason that we continue to espouse various scholarship programs in the city of Ilagan. This year, we have granted various scholarships and financial grants to 37,879 scholars for second semester of school year 2019 to 2020, and 40,109 scholars for the first semester of school year 2020 to 2021, amounting to more than 40 million. Sinigurado rin po natin na ang ating DepEd ay makaagapay po sa hamon ng makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo, yung tinatawag natin na blended learning sa pagbubukas ng klase noong Agosto ng taong ito. Naglaan po ang city government ng 20 million. Meron pa ko kayong naiiwan na pera, mga minamahal naming mga DepEd, para sa mga pangangailangan. Pero we are contemplating to purchase mga tablets po para sa ating mga estudyante, para matugunan ang mga pangailangan para sa maitaguyod ang edukasyon ng ating mga kabataan sa gitna ng pandemya. We do not tolerate a culture of vagrancy in this city. Wala po sa atin kaisipan, dahil tayo ay Ilagueño, na isang maging mendicant. By nature, we are very resilient, mga Ilagueños. Kailangan, laging sinasabi rin ng ating mahal na gobernador, na kailangan bigyan rin natin ng dignidad ang ating sarili. Hindi tayo hantayong agpalpalama. Subalit, hindi maiiwasan minsan na darating sa ating buhay ang mga pagkakataon na kinakailangan natin ng tulong. Bukas ang pintuan ng ating lokal na pamahalaan sa pagbibigay tulong pinansyal para sa mga nangangailangan nating mga kababayan upang tulungan sila sa kanilang muling pagbangon. A total of more or less 12.7 million was given as medical assistance, shelter assistance, livelihood assistance, and financial assistance to individuals in crisis situation sa pangangasiwa ng ating Social Welfare and Development Office. Setting aside our pandemic situation, we are still a healthy city. Our health facilities unceasingly extend their services, providing consultations, medicines, and the implementation of the various health programs. We increase our treatment success rate of communicable disease program from 90.53% to 92.52% despite pandemic. We also registered a decreased number of rabies cases from 1,595 to 1,399 cases as of October 2020. We were able to immunize 87.20% children as of October 2020, and targeting to complete 100% until the end of this year. Our health office likewise administered oral health services to 31,685 individuals from 0 to 11 months to 60 years old and above. Our Persons with Disabilities Affairs Office, or PIDAO, distributed 69 wheelchairs and 66 assistive devices to PWDs. It also administered rehabilitation services to 943 patients, yung mga na-stroke po ito at sa iba't ibang cases ng pagkabalda. And with the 2,543 sessions held free of charge. The office also distributed 436 PWD IDs to easily access the various services being offered by the PIDAO. A total of 16,608 elderlies or mga senior citizens benefited from our year-round Handog Kaarawan program in our 91 barangays. Included in these packages were food packs as birthday presents to celebrants coupled with vitamin C capsules to boost their immune systems, distribution of face shields and face masks as a preventive measure against COVID-19. I would like to inform you that the City of Ilagan Office of the Senior Citizens Affairs, or OSCA, was granted renewal of their accreditation by the central office and was even cited for its exemplary performance also by the central office. Congratulations, Mrs. Ko. Even during the pandemic, we were able to generate 1,116 bags of blood under our iBloods program. We established and inaugurated our City Pasalubong Center located at Bonifacio Park, Barangay Baligatan, and putting up 6 Wi-Fi kiosks to provide accessibility to internet services under the auspices of the City Tourism Office. It also facilitated the application and acquisition of provisional certificate to operate to 8 hotels and resorts operating in the city. Pinalakas din po natin ang ating Ilagan Development Authority o Ilaganda na siya nating pangunahing katulungan sa pagpapanatili ng kaayusan at kalinisan ng ating lungsod. Anumang oras tawagin, anumang araw utusan, at anumang kalagayan ng panahon, nariyan sila upang tuparin ang lahat ng kautusan. Congratulations, Billy Perez. Hindi rin natin makakalimutang pangalagaan ng ating kapaligiran kung kaya't naging responsable ang ating Senro Officer na si Billy sa pagpapatupad ng waste segregation and collection. Kasama po dyan ang pagbibigay at pagtatanim ng mahigit 20,500 seedlings sa 30 ektarya ng ating gubat. We would like to commend our Ilagan City Police Station for maintaining the peace and tranquility in the city. Congratulations po, Colonel Abiliera. Sa tulong po ng ating mahal na Provincial Director, through the initiative of our Chief of Police and our Provincial Director, we reactivated our Ilagan SWAT team and provided them full gears, rifles, and mobility so that they can respond swiftly and effectively. We would like to express our sincerest gratitude to PNP Regional Director Brigadier General Crizaldo Nieves for the support and assistance extended to the PNP Ilagan, especially in the maintenance of peace and order in the city. I would like to commend our City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office for responding effectively during the crisis situation sa pangunguna po ni Butch Estavillo. Especially our COVID-19 response and the recent flooding we experienced last November 11, 2020. Our rescuers have responded so well and were able to rescue and retrieve several people trapped in their houses while the flood water is still rising. No karwan gare mataggai ulutam, no mawarningan kamo nga na city government, no duduma ibagbagayo pa ilang nga sanay kayo itan, na pantidakil nga bigla nga bagyo. Ti calamity typhoon nagpiksa dak bigla iti panagdakil iti danom. Anya nangyari am amin nga santo inayabantayon apo. And Butch and his group were able to rescue and retrieve several people trapped in their houses while the flood water is still rising, risking their lives to save others' lives. The CDRRMO has already responded to 1,814 distress calls as compared to 1,554 responded calls in 2019. We also procured 1 backhoe and 1 road roller to augment our fleet of heavy equipment in the repair and rehabilitation of roads damaged by calamities and in providing new roads for greater accessibility. Towards the new normal, our development pathway does not stop here. Definitely, it will not end today. We will persevere to continue our development journey. With or without pandemic, calamities may come and go. Still, we are focused on what will lay ahead for Ilagan. Moving towards the new normal, we will take all the opportunities with us, use this to our advantage, and continue to proceed with what we have started. The construction of our 100-bed Level 2 Ilagan City Hospital is already completed. Our target is to make the City of Ilagan Hospital fully operational this first quarter of this year, coming year. We are now on the process of getting our license to operate, filling up our manpower requirements, and securing modern medical equipment that will cater all the medical needs of our Ilagueño people. It is My aspiration and the aspiration of the leaders of the city of Ilagan to make this hospital an avenue for people to access quality and medical care intervention and critical medical operations. This is an Ilagueño dream that crystallized into reality, where we will no longer be compelled to seek medical assistance or treatment at exclusive hospitals in Metro Manila, for we will give you the same quality of care here in the city of Ilagan. We will always live by our credo, Salvere Omnibus, good health for all or for every Ilagueños. Naisagawa na rin po natin ang groundbreaking para sa Ilagan Corn Processing Complex na dilaruhan mismo ng ating DA Secretary William Dar during his visit. We signed the Memorandum of Agreement sealing the commitment of DA for the establishment of the 270 million Ilagan Corn Processing Complex. Opo, yes, despite the risk, kalakasan ng pandemya noon, we went to the office of the DA Secretary Dar, to present our project proposal, and Honorable Secretary did not fail us. We have secured a grant of 270 million for the construction and completion of the project, with 20 million as the counterpart of the city government. The I-Corn Complex project features processing center, research and development center, administrative center, marketing center, warehousing, one-stop shop souvenir center, and drive-through market for meat, vegetable, and other agricultural products. With the establishment of this corn complex, we will reinforce once more our title as the corn capital of the Philippines. Kaagibat ng programang ito ay ang ating pagpapatayo ng Gourmet Center upang magproseso o mag-produce ng mabitaminang pagkain gawa ng mais para sa ating mga anak. Ito yung program natin para sa nutrition po. Itatayo din natin ang paggawaan ng bitaminang pagkaing aros kaldo para din sa ating mga kabataan at sa mga evacuees tuwing magkakaroon tayo ng baha o kalamidad. Ito ay sa pakikipagtulungan ng Department of Science and Technology o DOST na siyang kasama nating tumuklas ng teknolohiya upang ukol sa produktong ito. We endeavor also to establish a national training center for the recruitment and training of PNP personnel. Patpatgek ken dungdungwek na kailyan. Idi na pang kami nga nagdaldalyasat 7 years ago kadwak iti kaadwan iti miyembro ti pagpandayan ninti nga datoy tatta. During our bid for cityhood 7 years ago, we promise that we will be addressing all avenues of services, health, livelihood, education. We did really contemplate before, and we promise to set up a college or university, City of Ilagan University or college. But it is also repugnant to the principles na nakikipag-compete po tayo sa mga private. Since meron na tayong Isabela State University, meron na tayong St. Ferdinand College dito, that there might be a duplication of courses. But still, hindi nawaglit sa kaisipan natin na for us to have, to spur development, isang avenue ang edukasyon na siyang ginawa dahil na unang nagsyudad ang Tugigaraw na sila ang naging center of education. Kasi kung titignan mo, kung tutuusin, ang mga estudyante minsan ay mas magarbo pa sila o kaya mas magastos pa sila. Pag ang mga estudyante ay nasa isang lugar, they will be contributing to the economy. Siyempre, dadayo sila rito. Mabuti na lang po at we have a stipulation and we are contemplating to have a stipulation between the PNP under the leadership of our current chief PNP Sinas. And this was started, the negotiation or the roundtable discussion started last year pa po, last quarter last year. At dito nga po, napili po nila na itatayo ang training center ng PNP dito sa City of Ilagan. That's why we endeavor also to establish a national training center for the recruitment and training of PNP personnel. To reinforce our desire to realize this project, we have invited the Directorate Officer of the Philippine National Police, which they acceded, headed by the Police Major General Israel Ephraim Dixon, who is the head of the Directorate for Personnel and Record Management, PNP National Headquarters, to explore and consider the possibility of this training center to be put up here in the city. This training center will provide a year-long training of around 2,000 every semester or every 6 months, equivalent to 4,000 PNP cadets, which can enhance more economic activity and further boost our tourism, economy, and the generation of more employment opportunities. At least yung mga graduates po natin ng criminology, mayroon na silang pupuntahan. Sometimes tayo mababaw yung ating foresight. Sa panahon ito ng pandemya, oo, medyo hindi tayo magkakankar siguro. Pero kung titignan natin yung future and fate of our beloved city, ito ay magiging lifetime na magko-contribute sa ekonomiya ng Ilagan. Magko-contribute sila sa foot traffic na yan ang hinihingi at hinahanap ng mga investors natin. At alam naman po natin kung may activity where there is movement in parlance of economy, there shall always be progress. Kung ang kinababahala po natin sa panahong ito ng pandemya, the city government will see to it that we will be very stringent in the application or implementation of our health protocols. Pero ang titignan po natin yung long-range planning natin na magko-contribute po ito sa ekonomiya ng syudad ng Ilagan. Opportunities are abound for Ilagan. We just have to move fast, seize the opportunities while it is available. We need more spaces, more available areas for possible expansion of these opportunities. The city government will continue its land banking approach. Bumibili ang city government ng mga lupa upang nang sa ganun, kung may mga investors tayo, pwede nating i-match agad po sila. Hindi yung naghahanap pa lang tayo. Diyan minsan tayo naiiwan dahil sa lupa po na availability in order to meet the growing interests of investors. And government agencies expansion here in Northern Luzon ay dumadami. We are also working on matching program between local investors or owners of land and major investing firms and companies so that we will continue making our economy robust and stronger. We commence the preparation of our property in Alibago for the establishment of our city housing project. Nabili na po nitong taon ng city government yung mga ibang lupa po dyan sa likod ng ating city hotel na kung saan nabanggit ko kanina natatayuan ito ng mga DOLE, ng mga BIR, satellite offices, offices ng DepEd, SSS, at marami po pong iba. Bumili rin po ang city government ng lupa para sa housing project natin sa Alibago, composed of duplex row houses. Nagkasalukuyan na po ang kanilang earth moving or land preparation to cater to the housing needs of our employees and employees of other government agencies with an initial budget of 124 million pesos. This project is also intended to address our housing backlog of more than 10,000. Kasi nung pinagawa natin ang ating urban development plan na kung saan tinap natin ang isang pinakamagaling na urban planner in the person of Architect Palafox, dun sa kanyang pag-aaral way back 2016, meron tayong pagkukulang ng mga pabahay na more or less, na wala pang bahay ng mga Ilagenyo, na mga 14,000. Way back 2016. This is a partnership project of the city government and the National Housing Authority, with both agencies working to provide housing to our homeless people in the city. We will not just give land to the landless, home to the homeless, but we will build a community. The year 2020 has tested our resilience. Napakatindi man ng mga pagsubok na dumating sa atin, nananatili tayong matatag na sumasagupa dito. Hindi tayo nagpapatimag sa anumang mga kalamidad Dahil handa tayo sa ganitong mga pagkakataon. Ilagueños by nature are very resilient. Hindi natin hinahayaan na tayo ay tuluyang mabuwal sapagkat nananatili tayong matibay anumang panahon. Gaano man ang ating pagkalugmok, bumabangon at bumabangon pa rin tayong mga Ilagueño. Kami na inyong mga abang lingkod na bumubuo sa lokal na pamahalaan ng siyudad ng Ilagan ay hindi tumitigil sa pagpapatupad ng aming mga sinumpaang katungkulan. Sa kabila ng kinahaharap nating pandemya, patuloy lang ang pagbibigay serbisyo ng bawat sangay at departamento ng ating local government unit. It is at this point in time that I extend my sincerest gratitude to my department heads, my LGU family. Let me also extend my gratitude to the Honorable Vice Mayor Kit Belio, members of the Honorable Council, again, my LGU family, my execom, for bearing with me and keeping up with the pace we are setting. That sometimes I'm pushing you against the wall, puro laging madali, madali, madali. Ganun din sa ating mga mahal na barangay captains, hanta kayo na acknowledge sa ta, ngempatpatke, kandungdungwek ng barangay captains, hindi madali na pamunuan ng isang malaking syudad. Kung kaya't ako ay umaasa sa inyong dedikasyon at patuloy na suporta at pakikipagtulungan para sabay-sabay nating mapaunlad ang ating mahal na syudad ng Ilagan. Though we have a very limited period to pursue our plan, I can say we will still achieve the best for our city. I have complete trust in every one of us, especially to the working men and women of the city government of Ilagan, that we can continue our journey, we can reach our goal, we can fulfill our dreams and aspirations of making Ilagan a livable city by 2030. Kaya po ako ay nakatanaw sa malayo, kasama ko ang members ng Honorable Council, Vice Mayor, at dala ng aking kaisipan ang mga pangarap nating dapat pa nating abutin. Naantala man tayo sa taong ito, pero tayo ay nakatanaw sa mga bagay na kaya po nating gawin. Sapagkat mahigpit ang ating pagkahawak-hawak kamay, lumakas tayo dahil nagkakaisa ang ating hanay. Mga minamahal kong Ilagueño, ako ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa inyong pinakitang pagmamahal. Hindi nakakapagod na kayo ay aking pagsilbihan, kasama ko ang mga leaders po natin. Bawat ngiti at yakap na natatanggap ko mula sa inyo ay nagpapataba sa aking puso. Nagbibigay sa akin ng inspirasyon upang bumangon at lumaban sa bawat araw. Isang komunidad tayong haharap sa lahat ng pagsubok. Hindi ko kayo iiwan, hindi ko kayo iniwan. Hindi ko kayo tatalikuran at hindi ko po kayo binigo at hindi bibiguin kailanman. Even when we were pushed down by calamities, even if we were threatened by the pandemic, still we did not blink. We did not cower in fear. We did not surrender to their will. Every time we fall, we rise. Every time we stumble, we ascend. Because our will to survive is more than their power to subdue us. Our will to go on is more than their will to crush us. We will always survive. We will always endure. We will always soar because we are Ilagueños. We will always be above miseries and misfortune. As always, we shout, Ilagan resurget. Ilagan shall rise again. To God be all the glory.